See, if your mind is a shaft, it's a continuous chain. Fulfillment is the moment where there is a gap. So that you can't recall the gaps. You can't remember gaps. You can't cherish the gaps. That is why we remember only the pains, sufferings. We are not able to recall, relish, enjoy, cherish the blissful moments, fulfilled moments. But please understand, if there is no fulfilled moments in your life, by now you would have committed suicide. There are moments where you are fulfilled, you are relaxed, you are settled. Only thing, your mind doesn't allow you to remember it, recall it. And another one big problem is, the fulfillment happens in you as an accident. You do not know the science of recreating it. You do not know the science of reproducing it. It happens as an accident. Sometime you are working for this, suddenly something else happens and you feel fulfilled. You don't know why it happened. You don't know the chemistry of fulfillment. All I am trying to share with you in this one day is chemistry of fulfillment, the science of fulfillment, where you can bring this moment of fulfillment again and again at your wish. Whenever you want, bringing that fulfilled feeling to your consciousness and cherishing, relaxing into it, I can say this is the ultimate spiritual truth or spiritual science. Bringing that fulfilled feeling again and again to your inner space and relaxing into it. I want you to know few truths. First thing, whatever you are seeking in your life, whether it is money, name and fame, or position, or power, or love, whatever it may be, you are traveling towards fulfillment. It's a fulfillment you are seeking. Beautifully, Chandogya Upanishad says, wife is not loved just because she is a wife. Husband is not respected just because he is husband. There is something more they are adding to your life. Because of that, they are respected. She adds love. He adds security. That's the reason they are respected and loved. If that love and respect, love and secure feeling, if that is not added, naturally you don't respect, you don't love that person. The relationship breaks. Money also. Money gives you more freedom, more choices. You can choose between sufferings. With poverty, you don't have choice. Your suffering is restricted. With money, you have more choice of sufferings. You can choose between many suffering. Anything you love, anything you want, expands you, gives you more freedom, gives you more choice, gives you more possibility. That is the reason you are behind it. So anything you ask, anything you want, directly, indirectly, it leads you to fulfillment. It leads you to fulfillment. That is the reason you are seeking it. You are working for it. First truth, whatever you may seek, you are behind fulfillment, directly or indirectly. Second thing, this is the important truth. Through objects, the fulfillment is never achieved. This is the second truth. All of you know. I don't need to give any explanation or any examples. All your lives are living examples for this truth. Just through objects, fulfillment is never achieved. If just through objects fulfillment is achieved, then in the whole world at least few should have achieved. There are so many people who have achieved the status through money. Whatever can be bought, they have. They can have. Either they have or they can have. Through money, whatever can be achieved, either they have or they can have. At least that kind of people should have achieved fulfillment. It's not there. Means just through objects, fulfillment is not achieved. That is, you are a living example for that truth. Almost everyone is living example for that truth. I want to share my experience, the third truth. When you travel towards fulfillment directly, when you seek fulfillment directly, please understand, it may look little illogical, but I am sharing the straight truth, my experience with you. When you seek the fulfillment directly, suddenly the energy which is overflowing in you, all the objects which you are seeking starts traveling towards you. That is what I say. That's why I say bliss attracts fortune. The tremendous energy overflowing in you, suddenly all the objects towards which you are traveling starts traveling towards you. You start attracting different energy towards your life. See, usually if you are depressed, if you are filled with sympathy, self-pity, suddenly you will see you will be attracting the people who are abusing you, who are disturbing you, disrespecting you. You will be attracting situations, everything very abusive, very disrespectful. You are carrying the blueprint of your life. Whatever blueprint you carry, you reproduce it, you expand it and express it in the outer world. If the blueprint changes, if you are different, if your quality of awareness differs, your whole life has to change. Please understand, if you are seeking, what you are seeking, there is a very subtle truth I want you to understand. If the object of your seeking is changed, if the object of your seeking is deepened, the seeker's quality is deepened. Please understand, it's a very subtle truth. What you are seeking in your life, if that has changed, the seeker's quality, your very consciousness changes. What you are seeking in your life directly plays a role in your consciousness. I have seen, if people have become spiritual seekers, suddenly wealth accumulates around them. Many people come and complain to me, no, Swamiji, after I became seeker, I lose interest in the outer world, my business. I tell them, no, something seriously wrong in you. Your suppressed laziness now wants to take over you. All of us have suppressed laziness. Many times we want to take a vacation, especially when you see a palace like this. Suddenly you think, I should go and stay like this in a resort like this for a few days. You have suppressed desire for vacation, that laziness, that takes over you. That you call it as spirituality or seeking. No. When a real seeking starts in you, when you are really clear about your seeking goal, suddenly you see your personality becomes deep. Anything you look, anything you see, anything you experience become deep. Please understand. I have seen in my experience, the seeking transforms the seeker. I am not even saying achieving. Achieving is secondary. Achieving is the ultimate luxury, the great joy, that is different. I am not even talking about achieving. I am talking about just seeking. Just simple seeking. Suddenly your whole personality becomes deep. A different depth is experienced by your personality. Actually, when you fall in love, suddenly you will see that you start sacrificing beyond the imagination or limits you conceived. Lover, beloved, is a person who awakens the sacrifice dimension which is inside you but which is not known to you. Who awakens that dimension is a beloved. Same way, master is a person who awakens the seeking dimensions which is inside you but which is not known to you. When the dimension is awakened, suddenly you see you are totally different. Your consciousness is different. You attract love, wealth, health, everything. And the cognitive shift happens in you. Just 2 days before we had a satsang in Mysore. This is the subject. I was talking about living enlightenment. The essence is this. Whatever I was speaking that day, today we will see all the truths experientially. We will internalize it through meditation. That day we didn't have time. We didn't have time even for question answer. I had to finish answering 4 or 5 questions. There were many questions. I had to finish answering few questions. Anyhow, today we'll internalize these truths experientially by meditating. Seeking completely changes your consciousness. When you start seeking, yoga and kshema happens to you. In Gita, Krishna says, yoga kshemam vahamyaham. That is what he means. When the energy travel, the direction of your energies travel, when it changes, yoga and kshema starts happening in you. Yoga means achieving all the objects which you are seeking. Kshema means staying with them, or those objects staying with you. Both starts happening inside you when the seeking happens. That is what Krishna means. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham sarvadharman parityajya mamyega saranam vraja aham tva sarvabhavepyo mokshayikshami masuchaha. He says in the 18th chapter. When you drop all the way of living and completely surrender and relax, you will see you are completely liberated. Ordinarily it looks too egoistic. How can a man who walked on the earth can liberate? Of course, now you won't feel hurt because he's not in the physical body. But if somebody who's in the physical body says, this is too much. Anyhow, another one sloka says, Ananyas chintayanto mamyechana paryuvasate desham nityavayuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Understand, when I repeat these 2 statements, I am responsible for it. I may be repeating, but I am responsible for both statements. When he says, Ananyas chintayanto mamyechana paryuvasate desham nityavayuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham, by relaxing from everything else, if you are centered on me, when he says Krishna on me, it's not just 6-foot form, seeking. A deep seeking of higher consciousness. When you turn towards higher consciousness, the seeking, yoga kshemam vahamyaham, he says, your needs, fulfillment is taken care by me. Please understand, it's truth. I have seen this truth not only in my life, thousands and thousands of my devotees and disciples' life who are seekers. When they turn towards seeking, the whole energy of the life becomes different. So these are the few truths I wanted you to remember. First thing, whatever you are seeking in your life, if you think wealth or love or relationship or anything you may seek, you are seeking fulfillment. Maybe indirectly, but you are seeking fulfillment. Second thing, through objects, fulfillment is not achieved. Third thing, when you seek the fulfillment directly, objects run behind you. World and the objects are just like the shadow. If you are running behind, you will never be able to catch it. If you are taking care of your responsibility, it will be there running behind you. So change the direction. You will see world is behind you. Just understand and internalize these few truths